So why we're here is to give you the instruction so that you can start using this tool to benefit your family. Is everybody ready? I hope your seatbelts are buckled because we're going for a ride. Here's what's happening here. Once we make that payment, folks, $393.44 goes to principal. $729.17 goes to interest. That means we pay down our mortgage by that amount, and we're left with a principal balance of $249,606.56. When we're left with that balance, the bank uses this number, the month end balance, to decide how much interest we pay on the very next line of your mortgage or student loan or car loan. The month end balance is used to determine how much interest you pay on the very next line. And in this case, the interest we pay on line 2, because we owe less, the interest cost goes all the way down to $728.02. From $729.17 to $728.02, barely moving. Folks, that's a lot of money. If we take a look at the interest column here, the rent column, it's $700 all the way down for the first year. We go into year 2, it's still $700 a month. It doesn't drop into the 600s until we get past year 2. That is a lot of money every single month to feed this engine that does nothing for you. So what are we going to do instead? Let's take a look at payment number 1 again and payment number 2. So let's say payment number 1 is in January. We make our payment in January. We don't owe another payment until February. But if I asked you, Miss Deidre, to take a look at this amortization schedule and tell me what is February's principal payment, you would tell me it's $394.59. Here's my question. Do you have to wait till February to give the bank that $394.59? Or if you had it, could you give it to them in January as well? Make your regular payment and give the bank the $394.59 on line 2. Give it to them in January as well. If you did, no interest comes out of that money. All $394.59 is applied to principal, and you are paid down to line 2 on your mortgage schedule in just 1 month. What just happened? Folks, we got rid of one line on the amortization schedule for only $349.59, not $1,122.61 that the bank was looking for. We only used $349 of our dollars to knock out one payment. Wow. And now, because of that, our next mortgage payment is on line 3. This is February's new payment, line 3. So payment number 1 is now touching payment number 3 for February. Look at that. And what happened to the $728.02 in interest on line 2 of our schedule? Canceled. Remember what I told you? That we can save money at the same rate that they're charging us once we know what to do. We're going to save that same $728.02 that we never have to pay, that the bank was going to charge us if we stayed in the dark as to how this program actually works for them. When we take a look at our loans, whether it's a student loan, whether it's a car loan, whether it's a mortgage or a credit card, the amortization schedule is there to make sure that you have a payment you can afford. But we're going to use it to make sure you cut your interest costs by 75% using your same budget. Now watch this. What happens if we make the payment on line 1 and we give the bank the next 3 principal payments, $394.59, $395.74, $396.90. So we're giving the bank this much money, and guess what happens to the interest cost on the next 3 lines? Eliminated, canceled, wiped out. I don't care what term you use, you don't have to pay it. Over $2,100 in interest eliminated, and we just knocked off 3 payments we never have to make, because if we make this payment in January, our next mortgage payment will be on line 5 in February of our amortization schedule. Folks, this is what I'm talking about. Miss Deidre, I hope this helps you to understand what's going on behind the scenes. And guess what? We can actually have a program that can save us the maximum amount of interest per dollar with your current budget. We're going to take your budget and show you how to save the maximum amount of interest with your budget without sacrificing lifestyle. There is a guy here that is famous for saying, cut up your credit cards. He's famous for saying, you know what? You need to eat beans and rice and ramen for 7 days a week. Take that money and throw it at the debt. You need to take more time from your family and sell pizzas at night. Do whatever you've got to do. Gather up all of this money and throw it at the debt. Once you're out of debt, then you can start living. This is what he's teaching. But folks, if we save on the bank side of the ledger and not give them all that interest money, then you can live well while you're getting out of debt and grow your savings at the same time. You can get out of debt, save interest, and grow your wealth at the same time while you're living well. You don't have to drive a 30-year-old car. Go out and get the car you want to drive. We'll show you how to cut your interest cost on all of your debt by about 75% using your current budget, and you can live well while you're getting out of debt. Just go to ICE10K.com, the link at the top of our page. ICE stands for Interest Cancellation Expert, ICE10K.com. Then when you get there, then you'll see a button that says Get a Savings and Earnings Report. Click that button. Follow all of the instructions so that you can get your code, put your code in, and then you will be led into the form to fill out all of this information. Fill the information out. Someone from my staff will get a hold of you and set up a consultation. When you get the consultation, you will know the month, day, and year you'll be debt-free, how much interest you can save, and how we're going to take those interest savings and turn it into generational wealth for your families.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.